I watched that Atlanta Cleveland game, and I would really like to see Darius Garland be a better defender on the wing. I know how difficult it is to deal with a guy who shoots the ball in high volume, but he had a real tough time with Trae Young. Trae Young looked like he just gets wherever he wanted to go, and he looked like he just did whatever he wanted to do. I don't think Cleveland goes to Evan Mobley as much as they should, and it's starting to make sense. I didn't think that they was going to him as much as they should, and it started to make sense why. Evan Mobley hasn't really improved from last year. He looks like the same guy in terms of his skill set, in terms of his offensive ability. Defensively, he looks like he's starting to make a push, but offensively, he doesn't look like he's gotten better. His handle is still it's still bobbly, it's still weak. Donovan Mitchell, he's still a high volume shooter. That offense that they run, it looks very similar to what Houston was doing with James Harden, where it's a 5 and out and they just give him the ball and they just clear out. They don't get any action off the basketball. And I understood why they beat Atlanta. They just beat Atlanta because they were better defensively. But I don't like what I'm seeing from Cleveland offensively. I don't see a lot of dives in the post. I don't see a lot of action in the mid post with Cleveland. I just see them giving the ball to Donovan Mitchell when the shot clock runs down, and they just watch him play. And I think that's a recipe for disaster in the playoffs. I think that they're a second round unit. I mean, I think they're a second round team at best, but that's got to improve for them.
Hello?
Damn, bro, you know I got ice in my mouth and everything home.
I'll go to the guy you've been sucking up all night.
Okay,
Flo,
all right.
I just saw that Chick-fil-A cup. You're making me hungry. We don't have fucking. I haven't had my dinner yet. Last week there's two things that stood out to me last week. Is Utah for real?
Yes.
No. Is Utah for real?
Yes, they are.
That team, I keep waiting for them to go on like a 10-game losing streak and drop out of everything. And
it's actually happening now, Tone. They've lost 4 of their last 6, but keep going.
Yes, they've lost. They have lost. Well, no, they're 6-4 in their last 10. They just lost one, I know, their last game, but they're 6-4 in their last 10. But they're still atop the Western Conference. So I keep waiting for this Utah. I keep is predicting it, and I'm waiting for it, and I don't know what's going on with them. They're actually pretty good. So that's the one that I keep watching. I would never watch Utah. Even in the 90s when they were good, I didn't watch Utah. Now I'm like, man, I got to watch these guys. Because they're still fun to watch. I'm waiting for their drop off. That's the thing that struck me most from last week. There's a bunch of other things, but that's the one more than anything. And maybe how good Boston has been as of late. I think they're what, like 9-1 in their last 10. Like Boston's really stepping up. Good. Tatum is making a case for what this guy said.
Who's making a case, Thomas? I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I heard you correctly.
Yeah. He's making
this dude roasted me, dog. He said when I brought up
he's a year away. He's a year away. I was 3 years. I'm waiting.
And this was just last year. This was literally just last year that I said, "Yo, Jason Tatum, we're gonna have a conversation about him being in the league, being the league MVP next season." Right? We just said that.
We're having that conversation.
We are now having that conversation.
We're having that conversation.
Now we're having that conversation. But ultimately, Utah, I can't believe you guys. First of all, they're at the bottom of the league. They're in the bottom 10 in the league in defense. They're giving up in the last 6 games. They're giving up 120 points a game. Right. And the reason why they're giving up 120 points again, because I know Lo is a numbers guy, but what I'd like you to do, Lo, is I'd like you to dig a little bit. I'd like you to dig deeper into your numbers, right? Because when I think about them giving up 120 points in the last 6 games, not only 120 points in the last 6 games, they're at the bottom of the league also in defensive rebounding. And you know why that is? The reason why that is because they don't have any rim protection. And what they try to do is they try to do the same thing. They try to do the same thing that the Portland Trailblazers are trying to do with gang rebounding, only except they don't do it. They try to mask it with speeding up the game because they averaging almost 115 points a game, but they don't guard. They can't rebound.
You know, if they had a guy like Gobert guarding the paint, they'd be pretty. Oh no,
forget that. We've already seen that. I'm not sucked into this Utah logic because I've watched them. What they do that's good is they exploit matchups. Like I watched them a couple of nights against the Trailblazers, and they exposed Portland for not having a rim protector. Eubanks is their only rim protector, and he comes off the bench. So all Utah did basically was dive to the paint, dive to the box, and go to the basket and exploit that mismatch. Right. So that's a problem for Portland. The problem with Utah is they do the same thing. and they don't rebound, and they don't defend at a high level. So they're scoring a lot of points, so it looks good on the surface, but this is going to be a problem moving forward.
So they're going to drop off, right? You promise me they're going to drop? All right.
Listen,
Good.
I'm not ready to hop off the Utah Jazz train, bro. I don't give a damn what y'all say. The defense is in question, I will say that. But bro, they're shooting tremendously, bro. The offense is rarely high powered. And maybe this little high paced offense, me out shooting the other team, something that could be sustainable for a playoff spot. I mean, why not? They've been dominating. They have been not dominating. They've been playing great the whole entire season. And even throughout that little 4-game losses they had in the last 6 games, they did beat the Suns, a very quality team, and they also beat the Portland Trailblazers in there too. So I'm not ready for the tank. I'm not expecting a tank at all, bro. The Utah Jazz is that team. Never give up on them. Mars,
the high paced offense works in the regular season. That's the thing, right? We've seen this story before. Remember Mike D'Antoni and the Suns? Like it doesn't do anything in the playoffs. So that's what I'm just thinking is maybe they have enough firepower.
Playoff. That's all I'm saying is playoff, right?
Yeah.
Yo, chill. You gotta see. You made fun of Fluent for the whole. I mean, you got mad about Fluent making fun of you about Jason Tatum. Stop making fun of him about Utah Jazz, man.
I'm not making fun of him. No. Well, I'm not doing that. I'm not making fun. I'm just not on. I'm not on the hook. I'm not on the hook.
You don't want to get sucked in, right?
No, I won't. Not yet.
No, he's still feeling his New York Giants pick from last year. So he's.
How's that going, by the way, Tom?
Since
we're on the subject of the Giants, how's that going, Tom?
Pretty good this year.
All right, I just want to make sure. Anyway, but
you were a year early.
I was. Yeah,
Nostradamus was a year early.
Now, I will say this, though, Dub. I will say this. So if the season were to end today, I had Colin Sexton as most improved, but it looks like Lauri Markkanen is probably going to be the most improved player. So I'm on the right track. I was on the right team. I just picked the wrong guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm obviously on the right track. I just picked the wrong guy because Lauri Markkanen, he actually looks like something different. I didn't see this in Chicago from him at all. I didn't see a guy that's getting to the basket like that. He looks a lot more athletic in this kind of offense because they run a lot of wide open stuff in Utah, right? And they put him in position where he shoots the basketball, not just in the mid-range, but he shoots the long ball, almost like a typical Euro game, but with some slashing to the basket where he's finishing at the rim. So I gotta pay more attention to Markkanen than I'm doing.
Got you. Mars, what you got for us?
The Kings have the best offense in the NBA.
Damn, you took my thing. You took it. Damn. Tough.
That's crazy.
The Kings is what I was gonna go with too. Damn.
Mike Brown's doing a hell of a job over there. The defense isn't great, which it's a bit of a surprise because you expect defense to be associated with Mike Brown. Yeah. But their offense is great. I'm still on the De'Aaron Fox train in terms of I still think he's in the same tier as Ja Morant, whether that's crazy or not, I don't care. I still think he's in the same tier as him. I think he's fringe top 5 point guard in the NBA. I think he doesn't get his respect because he's in Sacramento. But they're looking like a good team. They could make the playoffs depending on how Utah falls, how Golden State rises, whatever's going on with the Clippers. But they're going to be in playoff contention, which is a big surprise for most people.
Damn.
Can we just move Sacramento to Seattle right now? Can we do that?
No, Tone. We're not moving Sacramento to Seattle. How about we get Seattle a team? How about that?
Let's do that.
How about that for an idea, Tone?
No, either way, I like the team right now. I like the NBA. I don't think they need to add no teams. I like the NBA.
The NBA definitely needs to be back in Seattle. No question about that. No doubt. That's a fan base in Seattle that if they got a team in Seattle, that brings back the Montana, the Idaho, Utah, also in Oregon, it brings back that fan base because everybody in Oregon does not just watch the Trailblazers. There's plenty of people in the Pacific Northwest who dug the Seattle Supersonics, just like in Montana and in Idaho. So you get a team back.
Vancouver. Vancouver's just 45-minute drive down to Seattle.
Ready to say Vancouver as well. So the NBA absolutely needs to be back in Seattle. So not only that, Lo, what we can't leave out is that team, they didn't move. That team was stolen. I want to make sure that we're 100% clear on that. That team, they did not move. They were stolen out of Seattle. And that happened because of what Chris Paul and company did after Hurricane Katrina when they went down to Oklahoma City. Now, all of a sudden, we got to get a team in Oklahoma City. And which team is going to do it? Which team are we going to be able to get? Well, they're not building them an arena in Seattle. So how about we do that? How about we take their team, which is exactly what they did. The NBA absolutely needs to be back in Seattle. It's the only franchise in the last 40 years that has an NBA champion that's not there anymore.
So what you saying, Mars? The Kings? Because I was going to say the Kings too.
The Kings are great, but I do want to say Klay Thompson looks better in terms of not just that the shots are falling. Like that's not really as relevant to me. He's just playing better basketball. He's much more patient in the last couple of games. He's not forcing shots. He's taking shots in rhythm within the flow of the offense. So yes, I don't expect him to make 10 threes like he did against Houston, but just the fact that he's playing within the offense and within the system, he can make those wide open threes off the catch. He can make those ones. So that will help the team exponentially. So I think the team will start rising through the ranks if this is the new consistent Klay Thompson. But the bench is still trash. But Klay Thompson looks better. So
do you want that trade, Kuminga and Wiseman for Gary Trent?
Why?
Oh my God!
I'm asking Mars because it's out there. So I'm asking Mars.
I don't want to give up Kuminga. I'll give up Wiseman.
It's crazy.
I'll give up Wiseman for a second round pick.
I will tell you this though, Mars. Okay. It's incredible the drop off after the first 5 with Golden State. How much they drop off after those dudes leave the floor. It's incredible. It's almost like these guys, they don't even know what they're doing out there. It's incredible.
I'm gonna say Curry is not the best player in the league. He's playing sensational, amazing. I would argue probably playing better than what he was doing in 2016. The defense is there, ball handling, facilitating, playmaking is noticeably improved. He's actually shooting better, which is crazy. I think he's finished at the rim at like 75%. Am I bugging? He's at like 76% right now. Yeah, 70. It's like astronomical finishing at the rim as well. Like Giannis level finishing. So Giannis level finishing with 2016 Curry shooting with the best version of facilitating that Curry has ever produced as well. The defense is also no longer a negative or even neutral. I would go as far as say it's a positive.
Yep. Like
Curry is somehow peaking at 34, which is crazy. Then the Kings offensively look amazing. You already said shout out to De'Aaron Fox, so shout out to Kevin Huerter coming out the screens, slinging that thing. Boy, he's shooting like 50% from deep. It's crazy. And he's not even thinking about it either.
Time out. Hold on. He's shooting 81% from 0 to 3 feet.
Yeah, you have to rim. Yeah.
Curry?
That's Curry. Yeah, that's a big man. Yeah, like a big man.
Curry is like
he's better than a big man.
He's Giannis numbers. He's
Giannis.
Wow, I didn't realize that. I knew it was good. I didn't know it was that.
So is everyone in agreement that Curry's the best?
I don't know how I feel.
There's a difference between playing the best and being the best. Now, to mention to piggyback off what Mars just
rebounding too.
Not Mars, to piggyback off what Lo just said. Well, Lo, the thing that I'm thinking about with Curry, as good as he's playing right now, is this sustainable? Because I remember last season we had the same thing going on, and up until the point where he broke the 3-point record, his production it dropped dramatically, right? So the thing that I'm thinking about with him is, can he keep this pace, or not necessarily keep this pace? How much does it dip when we get into the dog days of the basketball season, when we get into late December, when we get into January, when we get into early February? How much is this going to dip, and how many minutes? Because we know who Curry is in terms of we know who Curry is in terms of health. We know who Curry is in terms of his shot. Him being a long ball shooter, he can go into a slump. That's his game. Now, the fact that he's finishing at the rim the way he's finishing, that helps. But the question is we know that this is going to happen at some point. How much of a dip is it going to be?
To answer it, no, I don't think it's sustainable. There will be a dip. How much of a dip, I don't know. But if there is one player in NBA history who can sustain this, Curry is definitely one of them. Because, we saw it in 2016. So it's not as if like we've never seen him produce at this level in terms of just the volume and the scoring and the efficiency. So he's done it before. So if there is one player, it will be Curry. Yeah, the finishing is like it's an anomaly. I don't think that's probably not gonna.
Shooting 80% at the rim.
No,
that's 4 out of every 5 shots are going in when I'm going to the rim.
He's not going to keep that up, but he's looking like.
Do you think he keeps up those rebounding numbers? Because he's what, 6.7? That's 2 higher than his average for his career.
The rebounding maybe so, because outside of Draymond Looney, wing rebounding with Klay is also solid as well, but they just don't have enough big man presence. If they make a trade, then obviously that would adjust, but they do, like Chill said, gang rebounding, and everybody comes in and helps on the board. So I think that it's possible to keep up 6, maybe closer to just 6 instead of 7 rebounds a game, but I don't think that's going to drop that much. I think the scoring is the only thing that's really going to drop. That and the efficiency, without a doubt, the efficiency will drop.
The efficiency has to drop.
So if they start moving up in the standings, because we know they got to be at least, I guess, 6. Leading his team is points, rebounds, and assists. Are we talking Curry MVP?
I hate that.
Curry will easily be MVP if they finish a top 4 seed. He will easily be, and he's playing relatively similar right now. He should easily be the MVP. Like, I don't even think it's close.
Luka's leading in points, rebound, assists, and steals.
But his efficiency is not even nowhere near close.
It's fine. It's fine. I hate he's leading his team in points, rebound, assists. It's just so annoying.
Wait a minute. Why you got a problem? Why you got a problem with that though, dog?
He said that last time when I brought it up, and he just doesn't.
It's just I'm here for all the other points you're bringing up. Don't say he's leading his team in points, rebound, assists. It's the same logic we use with Luka Doncic, bro.
No, you can't. No, the reason why you can't.
He leads his team in all that.
Even if he does lead his team and all of that, we're talking about a guy in Steph Curry who's way more efficient. And the only reason why they aren't better is because they're not getting anything from their second unit. Nothing. That's the only reason why they're not better.
I admitted to that though. I hate the points, rebound, and assists narrative. I just take that out of everything.
I'm saying no. In addition to that, he's also leading his team in those things. In addition to all those things, it is something they look at. It is something they look at.
Screw that. I don't want to hear that.
Well,
that's what I call sucking up. You're just sucking it up.
No.
Okay, all right.
You're making it sound better. That's all. That's all. You're just trying to make it sound better.
In the month of this, not December, month of November, Curry's shooting splits are 58-49. 58, 49, 88. He's
so we're talking 60,
50, 80.
Like, I mean, about here, Lo?
60, 50, 90. Like that stuff like that is not going to continue. But if they do find themselves at the top of the conference, top 4 seed in the West, and he's still averaging 30 on like very clear, like right now he's plus 13 true shooting. That would be ridiculous if he does that again. If he does like plus 10 above league average on true shooting, then he would like unequivocally be the best player by the end of the year.
It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. The player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.